Greetings everyone, this is me again, Zara Bazak. Come to help you all, Shias, Sunnis, Ismailis, Bori Shias, Bori Sunnis, Salafis. To see this for yourself, do your own research later on this and then leave Islam, to help you leave Islam. Now there are some horrific punishments here in Surah Hud, which I will be now showing you. Don't know why this happened. So previous live stream I said that I showed you Imam Hussein's quote on on this, that the existence, proof of your existence could not depend on what is dependent on you for its existence, right? So then I applied it to the Qur'an ayats, the signs sent down by God, and we see that logically the Qur'an is wiped out, the signs, because these signs cannot be proof for the existence of God if you take what Imam Hussein says. So I made him wipe out the signs. It's Muharram, and the Shias are, with due respect to the Azadaris and the black clothes and the mourning and the tears. I wish they will be crying. I wish they are crying. Whatever it is. Sorry. No, the tears that are coming down from their eyes. Quite poetic, I must say, pathetically. So, with due respect to that, and I will continue. And they were followed in this world with a curse, and on the day of resurrection, a wretched. And wretched is the gift which is given. God says that He will give these sinners such a gift. So, as a Shia, I was like, yeah, yes, that's good. Right? He shall stand. God is just, and what He does, even then or forever, is just. So are these punishments justified? Right? I hope I've put this here. The horrific punishments in the Quran, totally unjustified. So I'm not prepared for this. I haven't been feeling well. I haven't prepared my meal, just surviving on sandwiches and chips. So let's see when I will get, or a paratha that I fry, frozen paratha. Let's see when I will get that proper food. So, and vegetable burgers, so when I can fry them. They're not that good. Trying to stay away from meat. So they were pursued by God's rejection in this life and will be on the day of resurrection too. What a foul gift to be given. Look at this, how God puts it. So our Creator, our just God, all this, to Pharaoh and his supporters, but they followed Pharaoh's orders, and Pharaoh's orders were misguided. Okay, so this is for those people who were freed from Pharaoh, but it went on, and they were pursued by Pharaoh's soldiers, and so God drowned Pharaoh and his soldiers in the sea, made Moses and his people, his followers, cross the sea and safe. But then what the Samiri caste did in Surah Taha, we are told that also they always go back to worshipping many gods, cows as gods, calves, and so I was wondering why it happens. Is it in the nature of human beings to do this? When one man, Moses, dejected, came and took hold of Aaron, his brother's beard, you know. And he said, "Don't blame me, my mother's son, lest you say that I divided them. And so why did you allow them to worship the calf?" That's in Surah Taha. You know the whole story in the Qur'an, at least. And indeed, we send Moses with our signs and with a clear authority. Signs, you see, it's always the signs. So make sure of this. Wish he had. So I looked at. Actually, I was very angry. You can understand. You can see how angry I was. Like you've seen, I've kept my videos where I've been angry, live streams, and to badnaam myself. You can go and check and evidence against myself. So I said. So recently I was listening to Paramahamsa Vishwananda's short video, like what is the ego and what is. What is the ego and this other thing? Just let me check. I keep forgetting. I've become senile. So please bear with me. The chat, a live chat, I keep saying because I'm in pain and I'm struggling to talk also. So it's that short video I've seen, just checking my library, and then I will come back here to check for any live chat comments in the live chat. Actually, I can't find the views. Yeah. So it reminded me of reading Imam Ali. So now you can see. I will show you how I got. I was retreating from Imam Ali. The short videos. Oh God, I cannot find it here. It's so many. I've seen a lot since that time. It seems. No. So the short video on this short clips. No, here. No, I can't find it here. So Bhakti Marga Paramahamsa Vishwananda. So what is the ego? And there was another thing. Please bear with me. I've forgotten now. Can't find it. Then I was like, it's like Imam Ali in Najul Balagha, saying how terrible these people are. Oh, the ego's blindness, the worst blindness. Pride and ego, which covers the great spirit of God. The worst blindness, the ego's blindness. Paramahamsa Vishwananda has uploaded a short video on that. So it's like Imam Ali defining what the ego is and what this pride is in man, which Shaitan also had. But he gave Shaitan respite, right? So I got so angry in that at that time. Just like I was reminded of when I was reading Imam Ali's Najul Balagha, and at that time I didn't want any thriller or anything. I was so meek and weakened that, my heart sinking, very depressed, extremely depressed. So it made me so angry this time again. And that's then later on, the frustration and all this. So I was like, give the damned God to people, human beings. And then I was like, what am I saying? What am I saying? Damned God. So then I did some research, like on a search on Google. You don't have to do much research, anyways. What's the damned God, right? And then so thank God the Christians saved me, because these are going to be, what's damned? Where does damned come from? Damned meaning. I was like, what is this? What am I saying? It's blasphemy for the Muslims, even for the Christians. In Christian belief, condemned by God to suffer eternal punishment in hell, right? From here, I found something like a damned sinners. This damn thing is for damned sinners. This damnation. So if you remove the sinners, right, remove them altogether, then there would not be this damnation, condemned by God to suffer eternal punishment in hell. You see, and it is eternal. At least the Christians know and have, or they've worked it out. This damnation is eternal. And somewhere in some web, she's too damned arrogant, used to emphasize or to express anger or frustration. Okay, so I was contemplating. You see, that's why my contemplation could go on for years, and you would never know where I am at in my Shia Islam also, or with God, or with religion, or in life, leaving why I left my religion. Shia Islam. So the damned sinners, you see. So and remember, this damnation is forever. I don't know. Google search has given me the dictionary meaning of this. And damned, see, here it is. Oh my God, under my eyes, and I could see it. Damned sinners. And it says, Zahra, why are you saying blasphemy, blasphemy, damned God? So before that, before even searching for this, it just came out, give the damned God to the people, the human beings. Okay, so this, thank you, Google search saved me, Christians. Although we will be damned eternally, according to the Christians also. Depends what you do in hell. uh, so back to Surah Hud ayat, some of these ayats in Surah Hud, I don't know why, the later ones, I was searching for, and when our command came to pass, we delivered Shuaib and those who shared his faith through our mercy, and the blast seized those who were engaged in wrongdoing. So they lay lifeless in their homes, who were engaged. So it's engaged in wrongdoing. My people, go on working according to your way, and I will keep working. Soon you will come to know who will be afflicted by humiliating chastisement and who is proved a liar. And watch, I shall also watch with you. What else? So I didn't go that much up. So here, as if they had never prospered therein, then a weight with Madian and Thamud was taken away. Then with Madian as Samud, as Samud was taken away. And we did certainly send Moses with our signs and a clear authority. So another thing was that I was searching in Ismailism for the truth, like maybe His Highness Khan is the true Imam. So I used to follow Ismaili Gnosis, Ismaili Net articles, but the ones I could read, and I was in this condition, I can't read much. And it's very difficult to understand, the Ismaili English is very high, Imam's English now. Then I was following Dr. Khalil Andani on Twitter. So what is immutable? You have to search what is immutable, So recently there was something I found, and I think I understood what Khalil Andani has shared a statement of His Highness Aga Khan, which says that at that time, the punishments at that time, for that time to deter people, because for that time it is okay. For that time, and I got very disturbed after that, finding the statement that of His Highness Aga Khan that Khalil Andani shared on his Twitter account. I can't show you yet, but then there was this person who came there and said, what about the flogging? right? That is in Islam against adulterers. Maybe they're not even Christians. I don't know who they were, but they brought this out in reply to whatever Dr. Khalil Andani was trying to say that, at that time it's okay, and 7th century Arabia. So I couldn't for the life of me understand what is this. You see, I had a cognitive dissonance, but yet I thought I got the gist of it. Like, and especially on that statement of His Highness Aga, right? So this, I think I understood what His Highness Aga Khan was saying, that these punishments, no, like for the punishments, perhaps like example, he hasn't given any examples, but just a statement like it was for that time to deter, because at that time, maybe even flogging was necessary for adulterers and fornicators. And I was like, Imam, His Highness Aga Khan would never say such a thing. No, but I saw it and I got very distressed. It made me angry because it was hurting me like this. I couldn't find the consistency also. So, whether punishment or not. And now I've gone into depth about this punishments and lawgivers, and you know, so I just haven't organized my mind to express those things about, lawgivers, punishments at that time and at this time. This time, population has increased, materialistic advancement has been like immense, right? Excuse me. Technological advancement. There's more. There could be more adultery, fornication. This is the time to have the flogging, maybe. I mean, according to what Imam Hazir Imam said, Ismaili Imam, His Highness Agha Khan IV, which Dr. Khalil Andani shared on his Twitter. So it really got to me, and wretched is the place to which they are led. And they were followed. Let this know. So I was, let me see if I can say this. So I was reading Jittu Krishnamurti. Yes, well, no. And I've always been a fan of Khalil Gibran, the Prophet actually. His little booklet I bought from Karachi was always in my, bedside drawer. So, about crime and punishment, what he says. What a foul gift to be given. Oh my God. And that now it seems like this is totally unjustifiable. Still standing. Like I started with the conflict in man, like the mind and the heart. And then I realized once that the mind is the culprit. And I realized this when I was a teenager. I wrote something like, you know, ye, dim, ye dimagh hai, meaning it's the mind, not the brain, but in Urdu, dimagh is brain that thinks. I thought the word thinks, right? So I put in my poem Urdu couplet, ये दिमाग है जो कहता है प्यार फजूल है, वो दिल है वो दिल है जो कहता है प्यार खूब है. You see? So there was always this thing of the mind and the heart. And when will the mind and the heart meet? The meeting place. Although, you know, there's a scientific thing. They say the Muslim lady was saying to apostate Aladdin that I believe in this because science has proven that the Majma al-Bahrain, the sea, two seas that meet, but they don't mix, the salt and the sweet. So they found that, and so Quran has that ayat, and it's scientifically proven. and they don't mix. But then I was saying, like, where is it where the mind and the heart meet and there's no conflict in man? So when I came across Jiddu Krishnamurti, so like, when I read a few of his, like just a paragraph or something, I felt this is it. You see? So it's a conflict in man and also the mind. So the ending of time, mind is the culprit. Even Jiddu Krishnamurti had said this. Later on, I found out. And, sinners, we are born sinners, prenatal times, what Adam did, and Eve, and all this. Still, I can't understand why, I was thinking of that from my Islamic perspective, religious perspective. Why would Shaitan go against God's command in bowing to Adam? And this bowing is also, now later on, this bowing is like worship. It's worship. It's like total submission. God could have told the angels to do ruku to Adam, but not bowing. So that didn't make sense to me. Many things like how could Shaitan come in the when he's rejected, accursed at that time? God tells him. Then why would he? How could he come in the garden as a rejected, accursed person? He's fallen low now. So then I had to read Allama Tabatabaisa from his Mizan, how Shaitan, like now Adam and Eve were put in a lower garden where Shaitan could come into that garden. How nice. Lower garden. So, anyways, I thought I understood. Then I was like, okay, we did not wrong them, they wronged themselves. Okay, now Allah's saying we did not wrong them. Of course, you first and foremost, the general thing is that God is not just, Allah does not wrong them, but by the permission of Allah, they can do wrong to you and all this. Allah, if Allah willed, Allah would have guided them, but this means that Allah has given them free will or something. So there are all these scattered it's ayats that even when I consulted the religious commentaries on these ayats, Quran ayats, I felt they were worse than even like or the same as these Quran ayats from the Shia side too. These are horrific, ruined, and thus is the seizure of your Lord, where he even takes the innocent people. If a tornado comes, it gets everyone. Is that fair? And thus, and then at one point he says, "Oh, we could have destroyed them, but we saved Nuh, we saved Lut and his people." So maybe now our Hazir Imam is in the pyramid, the Bermuda Triangle, safe and sound. Any storm comes, it takes his believers also, Shias, and but yeah, he's saved Imam Mahdi. And all the Ismaili Imam is there. Such is the punishment of your Lord. Allah, my heart kind of, indeed, in that is a sign for those who fear the punishment of the hereafter. Again and again. That is a day for which the people will be collected, and that is a day which will be witnessed. You will see. And we did not delay it except for a limited term. This limited term, we are doing such bad things. The day it comes, no soul will speak except by his permission. And among them will be the wretched and the prosperous. That's good for you. As for those, oh, God give me strength, who were destined to be wretched, they will be in the fire. For them therein is violent exhaling and inhaling. Waiting to exhale. I saw this movie in London in the cinema hall. Whitney Houston. Waiting to exhale. They will be abiding therein. This is 107 now of Surah Hud. Sorry, sometimes I don't read out the number of the ayat I'm reading out. They will be abiding therein as long as the heavens and the earth endure, except what your Lord should will. Indeed, your Lord is an effector of what he intends. And as for those who destined prosperous, we'll skip this. This is for the believers. So do not be in doubt, O Muhammad, as to what these polytheists are worshipping. Now, these poor polytheists who are ignorant, maybe, couldn't they, couldn't they be ignorant? But they're worshipping you, oh God. And why would there be this great, God hates it? Is God, no. God says that, I'm so just. No, not so. He is just, absolute justice, just. How would you say it? He's like absolutely just. Yeah, this is the way to say it, right? I'm trying to find words, proper phrases, words also. At the same time, I'm not prepared for this, so please bear with me. So don't tell me, Zara, that I didn't warn the polytheists, but this is not the way to warn them. Come gently. Oh, when Hazrat Musa was sent to Pharaoh. No, but Abraham, speak to him a gentle speech and all this. And then if he threatens to kill you too, Harun and Musa, we will, and or something like this, when he doesn't heed our signs. But first speak to him a gentle speech, gentle way. And then we're told Abraham also told his father gently, like, what are these gods you worship? Okay. But then Abraham was given this in the Qur'an, sorry, not the Bible, that the thing is sometimes I have to mention the Bible because these things, it's Abrahamic, this Islam claims to be Abrahamic religion. Not that I believe in Christianity or Judaism, but because of this whole thing where it claims to be, and so we have to sometimes even take recourse to the Bible verses. I have to. So please bear with me and understand that. So what I was saying is that I forgot it. Senile again. Let me just speak gently. And Abraham was asked to pray for his father, even though he was an idol worshipper. Only Abraham was allowed to do this. And and there's an ayat which says Prophet Muhammad and the believers are not allowed now to pray for these polytheists. They're finished, blind, finished. No. They will red in the hell fire burn. The skins will come up again and again and burning. So I wondered why the Hindus right now in the recent times, like even when I was in Karachi many years back, I knew there were Hindus who were worshipping idols. I've watched their movies, Indian movies, even in the Bollywood movies, like where Amitabh Bachchan Sahab goes to in Sholay or where Diwar. I think it's the god temple, and he complains, मेरी माँ, जिसने इतनी पूजा की, ये वो आज वो बीमार है, और तुम Shiva, I think. So now I know it's Shiva temple. Oh, Jai Jai Shiva, Jai Jai Jiva Shankar, कांटा लगे न कंकर, कि प्याला तेरे नाम का पिया. So, ईमानदारी से बजाओ ढोल. Sorry, I can't translate this in English right now. Sorry to the English-speaking people here who do not understand Urdu or Hindi. So, yeah, this was from the Indian movie Mumtaz and Rajesh. Oh God, how could I? Rajesh Khanna. Uh, so do not be in doubt, O Muhammad, as to what these polytheists are worshipping. They worship not except as their fathers worshipped before, and indeed we will give them their share undiminished. And yet the Hindus are worshipping, yet we have these Hindu worshipping. So when my father was saying, you see, everything is finished except that, um, you know, Imam Hussein and all this, this one God worship. And I was saying, hello, Nuria, Nurhaya. I call you Nuria. A very good evening. Nurhaya says, good evening. Thank you for sharing this. You're most welcome. It's my pleasure, utmost pleasure to share this with you all here. And thank you for being here. Welcome. I hope you'll learn from this how, for how long we have been deceived, horrified, frightened. I hate it when people are frightened for no reason. I don't want to boast about it, but there was a time I was in Karachi coming from London for my, I think it was Easter vacations, and I was at Mota's grocery store. In front is a building, and there was this scare bomb blast, a phone call. So I saw these men running out of the building, just running out. And my heart said, go in the building. If you go, there would be no bomb blast. So I went to the first floor, not first floor, ground floor. There were these shops there. I went to a crockery shop. I went inside. And then I remembered, oh my God, maybe because of me, they haven't closed and left the building. So I said, sorry, don't you want to close the store and go out? They said, no, we were sitting here. We're not closing the shop. So later on, we find out that it was a hoax call on, hoax bomb being there in the building. Bomb, like that. So my heart told me if you go in the building, there will be no bomb blast. Seeing those people scared, you would say I'm a anti-Pakistani. I hate Pakistani men, this, that. But when I saw them scared, like I don't generalize, but when I see some Pakistani men, the molesters, this, that, I complain. But here I just didn't see who is a molester and who may not, like that. It was just that these people are scared, men. I just saw men running out of the building on my right side. I was, as I came out and I asked what's going on, and they said there's a call that there's a bomb in the building. We've left. So I hate it when. So sometimes I don't like innocent people being scared. So this is in me. Sometimes it comes out. Sometimes I got so tired. Sometimes I just forget it. I'm not empathic. I got so insane, maddened. There's no word as insane, but I'm just using a new word. And indeed, each your Lord will fully compensate them for their deeds. Now this is about the polytheists. He's aware of what they do. They worship gods, so remain on a right course as you have been commanded. Yeah, so God also says that He's just, and He needs to tell these ignorant idol worshippers that I'm one God, that you have not estimated me. But doesn't mean that you should get angry at them. so badly that punished them, right? I hope you can see this, that uh, yet his estimation, they've not given him the right estimation. They are lying against him as if they've done it purposely. But when you see this, even in Surah Taha, like I don't think Samiri cast the Samiri. What have you done? He said, my soul inclined to me. This means that his soul considered. Tafsir ibn Kathir. So this is, you should be contemplating on this. I just point to you. Musa said to As-Samiri, what caused you to do what you did? What presented such an idea to you, causing you to do this? Muhammad bin Ishaq reported from Ibn Abbas, he said, As-Samiri was a man from the people of Bajar, Bajarma, a people who worshipped cows. Now I cannot trust in these books, scriptures, and tafsirs. He still had the love of cow worshipping in his soul. However, he acted as though he had accepted Islam with the children of Israel. So there's a presumption and an assumption on him. His name was Musa bin Zafar. So they claim to know everything about the Samiri. Qadada said he was from the village of Samar. If this doesn't come to you, you would only, Quran only people, what would they do? And how can we even believe in what these historical people, where are they getting this from? Right? Ibn Abbas said. Now, I don't trust in Prophet Muhammad. How can I trust in Ibn Abbas saying this? First of all, give me the evidence that Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet. Then I'll go to Ibn Abbas, right? And said. So where even this prophet, he's never, he's not flogged or he's not punished. Surah Tahrim ayat have proven him to be a false prophet through other ayats, and even in that ayat, the true prophet cannot on oath, even not even with the, even if it was without oath to his wives, going to please his wives who are annoying. Anyways, let's be very, very like, oh prophet, Allah is asking him, but you see, prohibiting himself what Allah has made lawful. Just this. And then, okay, if you want to see that he was under duress by the wives, and then the wives, it's a whole detail I've given. It just doesn't make sense. So he should have been disqualified or punished because he himself went against the commandment of Allah. And the prophets are to keep covenants. What does that mean? Under all circumstances. Or if he was under the duress of his disbelieving, because you become a disbeliever according to Islam when you, even so much so as you become a zalim, don't you? So we can go into the Samiri. You can go here, come here. Sorry, go here, come here. My English is really excellent. And all this, right? And I threw it. And even saw Jibrail. I read somewhere. And that, okay? So I'll just cut myself short. Now, where am I? From one point to another, I have to, and then if I forget completing my sentence, if, so sometimes the Quran, Allah has also in the Quran eyes. So, Surah Nur ayat 20, 10, 20, and there are more, I found more. ayats. So please forgive me. I know not what I do. I'm not prepared for this. Thank you so much, Noor Haya, for being here. Uh, please, you can make tea, have what do you like, ice cream, oh, steak, sirloin steak. Let's call for a sirloin steak. Cows worshipping. The worshippers were really sorry. I loved a sirloin steak, but this time when I went to London, there was a mad cow disease. I couldn't. I was so scared, but I still went, like, reluctantly to steakhouse. French fries, food, beauty. I see these advertisements when I'm playing a game. Food, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Okay, where was I going? I've forgotten. Surat Dairy might, maybe. Okay, let's go back here. I've just forgotten. So this Samiri cast, can someone remind me what I was saying? If it's important, or maybe this, your God is only Allah, there is no God but Him. He has full knowledge of all things, Musa was saying to them. And don't let me show you the scalding water thrown on these disbelievers. That ayat. In hellfire, also burning, and God except worship is not befitting to anyone except Him. For everything is in need of Him. You see? And everything, I understand your explanations, but then, when you go into this, you don't you see that no duality? You don't even have to kill yourself, like Jiddu Krishnamurti. If you listen to, he says gurus and this and that, even that also you don't need. Shiva also says, I don't have a guru, I don't have this, I don't have that. Then what do you have, right? You are all prevalent, absolute existence, pure existence, absolute, prevalent, omniscient, omnipresent. So where am I going now? Oh God, I keep forgetting. Yeah, if I delay coming here, sometimes I even keep forgetting I'm coming here, and then, oh my God, I've forgotten to do this, and then I could be delayed. So I'm forgetful. This traumatizing in me. Again, oh, so this I have to remove. So where was scalding water? Oh no, I was going back to Surah Hud. Let me show you something. Oh no, I was going to panties. You don't have to kill yourselves. And why would this God be so dead against? Yeah, I know. Oh, yes. Because that's not how. But a drop butt, a big butt, and we keep it open, right? Let's keep the butt open. I'm sorry, the word. A doctrine which identifies God with the universe, identifying God with the universe, or regards the universe as a manifestation of God. Because you see, the creator God does not make sense, because the signs you will never get, and the creator is beyond his creation. Don't apply attributes, like don't take him in his attributes, because then you limit him. Imam Ali, Najul Balagha, I keep saying. Then there are only signs of Allah. And then you have to rely on these dishonest people, like Prophet Muhammad. And then comes the favorites of Allah, the Ahlul Bayt. O Bani Israel, we favored you above all the people. A doctrine which identifies God. See, manifestation is important. the worship or tolerance of many gods. So there's this thing of tolerance of many gods worship. Choose. Okay, maybe we don't even have a proper scientific proof of God. We would say, right? And then so much evil here and all this. So where is God? And they cannot give you a union with God. I mean, I think that what I heard was that Bibi Fatma Zahra said to Abu Bakr, which I can't find, so just heresy now, for now. We are the means of approach. So not only worship, you can only get to that one God who has no partner, no child, no daughters, that true one God through the Ahlul Bayt. And maintain that, like from Prophet Muhammad, the Qur'an, and to maintain that, the Allah has given us imamat, and they will always be on this earth, right? So that you don't divert to, for example, we were told that Jesus Christ, Christians, the attraction is there, like the way they tell about their God. Jesus loving. Jesus will save you. So easy. Believe in Jesus. So the Shias weren't scared. I wasn't scared at all. I could be in a Christian school and they could say that Jesus is love and all this, Jesus is saved. It didn't attract me because it wouldn't. Because I would say, I said so many things about Imam Hussein. I would say, we have the Psalm, Sajadiya. Our religion is complete. Look. So, Psalm 118 I found. It's about Imam Ali. Imam Ali saved Jesus, the Most High. It's in your, and what is the name for God in the Injil, Gospel? The Most High. Right? And many, many things like this, like my religion is complete. And the love of Imam Hussein, the Savior, and all this. So I didn't see Sunni Islam complete, but I saw Shia Islam completed, and we could, I thought we could just defeat the Christianity, right? Very easily. So there was no need to worry if a Shia's daughter is in Christian school, but they will, attract your daughter like that. Jesus is love. God is love. And it's not the sword. Ali with the sword. You are worshipping Ali, the warrior, the killer. But I would say, I'm Husseini. Come to Hussein. Like that. This seems like a gupshup discussion. More on that. I don't want to show you the scalding water punishment. But I will go back to Surah Hud ayats and show you what else did I need to show you there. The worship, okay? So this is pantheism. Then going back to Surah Hud ayats, I had to show you something more here. So remain on a right course and turn back with you. Allah, do not transgress. Yeah. And do not incline toward those who do wrong, lest you be touched by the fire. Hello, believers. And you believers would become zalim too. When? And what is the punishment for zalims? When will you become zalim? Surah Tawbah ayat 24 or 23? And defiantly disobedient. See, when you will become zalim. So, see, so much fire. Like, and do not incline toward those who do wrong. Do not even incline towards them, and do not rely on those who do evil. Sometimes it says incline. It says incline. Even a little bit inclining towards those who do wrong. But who are the zalim? I mean, zalim is a wide connotation for you could become a zalim so don't incline to your father if he chooses belief from disbelief. Surah Tawbah ayat, what is it, 23? Yes. So do not incline towards your father and your brother, your allies, if they choose unbelief. Oh my God, you've been scared to death. If I was a Shia now, I would be having a terrible, like, my energy restrict. I would be so constrained. Muttar. Sarah Saveri of the Taste of Hidden Things knows what is muttar. My energy would not be flowing. I would be tightened up. Muttar. The author Sarah Saveri knows what is muttar. She has written about muttar in her book, The Taste of Hidden Things. Oh my God, this is so terrible. Scared to, like, so you have to be careful. Oh my God. So can you go to a Christian and say Merry Christmas to them? I mean, if you really concentrate on these Qur'an ayats, right? And no Imam, I was told. Recently, I went through Ismaili, this thing also. Even His Highness Ismail, even His Highness Al Khan cannot change the Quran laws. I've read it somewhere. If I get it right. I think I got it right. But he's so lenient and really is. So, what is this? This is very, very strict if they choose unbelief. See, so zalim, you become zalim. Zalimun, zalimeen. And then what is in Surah Hud again, going back to Surah Hud? You have been tantalized, you have been scared to death. Burning of fire, scalding, boiling water. Scalding, what is scalding? Water poured on you, people. Disbelievers, zalim. Maybe I should go to that ayah. And do not incline toward those who do wrong. Let's see how far, if my even strength, because I'm not feeling well, I need to take breaks. I need to give myself a break, a short one, and then I will come back. But since my nights have become days, and thank you for the likes, I never liked this. So this time I didn't like it, but whoever liked it, thank you. It's such an encouragement that there are some honest people here who have come to learn and who like my live stream. Also like it. I really appreciate your honesty, your honest way of coming here to learn. Even though you may be Muslim still, and I really appreciate that. That's a big step. That you come to listen and learn. Sometimes I do say, what's the use of like this? I get angry. But I have to say, the truth is that they say, in even our religion, Shia Islam, that what is the use of learning if you don't apply the knowledge you have? It would go to waste, right? And what did Allama Rashid Turabi say in his Majlis? I don't want to quote him again, but it just came, his फिर बातें ही बातें हैं. You see, like Paulo Coelho says, if you फिर बातें क्यों है? Why is it only talk and no action? Then you become a hypocrite. फिर बातें हैं. Only talk and no action. You become a hypocrite. Because you know what you've done. Don't let me scare you. I mean, this is, I think this is the most I can do to scare you. Then you become a hypocrite. And if you give up, don't pay heed to a blessing, and then it's a curse. Paulo Coelho. Paulo. I mean, my friend my Portuguese friend, or after, sorry, oh God, when someone leaves work is a blessing. Stop us thinking. When you, a man who seeks only the light, where's that? When you don't pay heed to a blessing, when you ignore a blessing. Sorry, see my English. Sorry, I've been deteriorating. When you, it becomes a. I don't want to scare you. Every blessing ignored becomes a curse. How to pronounce Coelho? My Portuguese friend was telling me once he came in the smoking room. He said, Zahra, it's Coelho. I don't know how it, Coelho. But I would never learn, right? I go back to my old mistaken pronunciation. Every blessing ignored becomes a curse. No copyright infringement intended. Images, view all. And Twitter also. Paulo Coelho. Becomes a curse. You see this? No copyright infringement intended. So that's why. But don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. Song. Don't worry, be happy. Don't fret. Everything we have made a problem. And why would you ignore a blessing? Are you that ignorant? Have you become that ignorant? So what did Buddha say? What is ignorance? Right? Khalil Gibran, what did Buddha say about ignorance? That's the only crime you can commit against yourselves. Buddha. I mean, I'm just putting it in my words. Ignorance is the only problem. It's the root of all crimes and all this. Ignorance. But what if someone teaches you with kindness, love, showing you, and brings in the light, knowledge, the light of knowledge to you? And what if someone gives you God in yourselves? Would you leave it for anything else? So slowly, coming to that, I had to, through the Qur'an ayahs, first proving this. The root of all problems, crimes, this, that, is your own ignorance. And how must Buddha have told his disciples this, and the people there at that time. So, what has Khalil Gibran also written in the Prophet, Crime and Punishment chapter? You can read. Later on, you can go there and read it out. So maybe someone ignorant must have hurt you, raped you, powerless, feeling powerless, or trying to take revenge, ego, pride. So give the damned God to that person. Not what Imam Ali says, like reward the good doer more, if you have a reward, than the wrongdoer, right? And do not incline towards those who do wrong, lest you be touched by the fire. You're definitely not going to make your father, your brother, allies in any way. And how? How can we take care of our fathers even if they choose disbelief from belief, right? This. Wait a minute. It's jumping up and establish the prayer at the ends of the. And do not incline towards the wrongdoers. And it's just making sure that I don't miss an ayat. There's a reminder for those who, remember. And be patient, for indeed Allah does not allow. Okay? So a great virtue, be patient. So why were there not among the generations before you those enduring discrimination, forbidding corruption on earth, except a few of those we saved from among them. So we're told they were criminals here. Why were there not among the generations before you those of enduring discrimination, forbidding corruption on earth? There was Buddha. So why not had there been of the generations before you those possessing a remnant, forbidding from the corruption? Acha, of course there were. How many messengers came? This is in. Now he mentions Musa here, Pharaoh. Then what are you trying to say? Allah? Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Those possessing remnant, forbidding from the corruption. What remnant? The earth, except a few of those. There were. Except a few. Yes, there was Buddha. And we saved among them, but followed those who did wrong. Okay, here my mistake. So I'm not prepared for this. Just online also. Discovery showing you as I came to these ayats. But this is not the perfect authority. We are allowed to make mistakes. And your Lord would not have destroyed the cities unjustly while their people were reformers. Unjustly. Yes, you saved Lut. You saved Abraham. And if your Lord had willed, he could have made mankind one community. But they will not cease to differ. Except whom your Lord has given mercy, and for that he created them. But the word of your this Surah Hud ayat 119 again. But the word of your Lord is to be fulfilled. Now what is this word? This word was given to Iblis. Again I tell you that God has such an ego, this God. And pride. It's like Iblis, his other side. Except whom your Lord has given mercy, Yes, you see, Surah Hud, like I was showing you earlier on, prophets have been given this mercy. Why haven't you been given this mercy? Give the mercy to the people. Whoever wants it, there are people dying, oppressed, trampled upon. But the only thing is that we say that we should not even say, oof, or we should. Then there are angels taking the soul saying, why, how are you? They said, we were oppressed in the land. Why didn't you go into hell? And those who are like so oppressed that they can't even move, well, then they are forgiven. They will not go to hell. Very good. Except whom your Lord has given mercy, and for that he created them. So he created you for mercy. And why would he then remove the mercy? You see, there's a other ayat which says, if God were to remove mercy, men will be, then man becomes ungrateful and niggardly and all this. Well, of course, if you remove mercy, now this is a contradiction. I'll show you to that ayat. Now I found this ayat. If when Allah removes His mercy, or when, if Allah, where's that ayat? Man immediately becomes, not immediately, man becomes ungrateful. This, I tell you, is so, it's terrible, it's unjust. If we ever favor man with our mercy, it's Surah Hud ayat again. And because I didn't reach the last ayat, so I've come back. I should have put Surah Hud ayats here on the title. Good day to all. Empowering family, thank you so much for being here. Most welcome. A very good day to you. A warm welcome here. Now, Surah Hud ayat, this one. Utterly desperate, totally ungrateful. Surah Hud ayat 9. You see this? Oh my God. Again, now, of course, because, those men you have chosen for mercy, people are needing of mercy. Where was it? Surah Hud, ayat 119. Except whom your Lord has given mercy, and for that he created them. But the word of your Lord is to be fulfilled, that, I will surely fill hell with jinn and men altogether. Now I found two contradictory ayats. Would it be right for God in same surah, which ayat, to say this against you, damned sinners? Ask the Christians, they will tell you, you are damned sinners. So give the damned God to them. Sorry, I have to put it this way. Huh? Surah Hud ayat 9. Let's open it in Surah in Qur'an.com website. So what I didn't complete when I was doing Surah Hud ayats, earlier ones, is the later ones. And here I've come back to it and found a contradiction. Then why is God saying, or is he saying very nicely, very kindly, very justly to you that, and if we give man a taste of mercy from us, and then we withdraw it from him, indeed he is despairing and ungrateful. Indeed, right? So you shouldn't blame this man. But if we give him a taste of favor after hardship has touched him, he will surely say, "Bad times have left me." Surely. Indeed, he is exultant and boastful. Ah, that's it. God is blaming this man, ungrateful human. You see, he's shaitan. He's iblis. You don't see it. Logic. Oh my God. I get very emotional. Sorry. Thank you, empowering family. How are you? Thank you for being here. Hope all is great with you. But if we give him a, so this exultant and boastful, right? So this is where I knew it. That's why when I listened to Paramahamsa Vishwananda, it reminded me of what Imam Ali was saying, that you people, your ego has gotten you, your pride has gotten you, and Imam Ali would perhaps give a whole sermon on this. What is wrong with you people, that when the doors of repentance are open, you don't go to the door, and you are boastful, and you have ego, and your pride has touched you that you cannot even listen. You have become blind, deaf, dumb, and okay, all see, go see, check the Najul Balagha. Now what? But I caught this devil. You see? Where you didn't catch him, I caught him. Some of you have caught him. But those poor people who caught him earlier on, before this tsunami of ex-Muslims, and they were killed. So here he's saying, well, how terrible is this man? Criticizing him all the time, heavily. Surah Hud, ayat 9. And if we give man a taste of mercy from us, and then he's reprimanding, he's criticizing, he's saying he becomes boastful and all this in the later ayat. Withdraw it from him, indeed he is despairing and ungrateful. This is not the true God. And then somewhere you talking about laws and all to protect ourselves and deter society and deter this crime and save society. And therefore at that time we had flogging also and cutting of hands. Yeah, saving people. And then what you gave them? Mutah. You gave them, and you're saying this is, men, and muta is actually legalized prostitution. Read more about it. Yes, because you see, at that time, the pagan Arabs, right? So now, just cut myself here from Surah Hud 9 and Surah Hud 119, I think. Muta, what is muta? Do a whole research on this. I did it. I found someone was a Mutta. No, I'll show you an article. Mutta is a foreigner criticizing, but I'll show you. It's very nice. Mutta is legal prostitution. No, without an. You see? Not Wikipedia. Julie Partial writes that Mutta is legalized prostitution. Before you remonstrate Shias and all this, please read it. God wanted to save society. deter from adultery. So now you go to your woman, a woman you want to have nikah with, it's a private thing, is a private and verbal temporary marriage contract that is practiced in 12 Shia Islam, in which the duration of the marriage and the mahr must be specified and agreed upon in advance. It is a private contract made in a verbal or written format. Verbal or written, okay, a declaration of the intent to marry and an acceptance of the terms. Now you've made a lesser evil, and you're saying this is good. It will save society from adultery, fornication. Man is supposed to be responsible. When he gets a child, it is his child. Some argue the Westerners have stated that both nikah mutta and nikah misyar, that's the Sunni type, are Islamically void attempts to religiously sanction prostitution, which is otherwise forbidden. The Zaydi Shia reject mutta marriage. So some Westerners say this, some say that. According to Shia Muslims, Muhammad sanctioned nikah mutta, fixed term marriage called mutta. I think I'm having a heart attack. In Iraq and the Sige in Iran, which has instead been used as a legitimizing cover for sex workers. Lo. In a culture where prostitution is otherwise forbidden. Some Western writers have argued that mutta approximates prostitution. If I die here, I think my right side is muscle pull or something. Left side, sorry, near my heart. I could, sorry, excuse me, not to scare you. No, it is hurting me. Anyways, this happened to me in London, 1983-82. I was telling while I was walking. So it's nothing to worry about. It's just a muscle pull. It happens to me often. It's not a heart. It's not. I'm not getting a heart attack. As a background, historically, there are many types of marriages. Okay, you may read this. I think he should be flogged. Okay, Prophet Muhammad should be flogged for this, introducing this. Julie Partial writes that mutta is legalized prostitution, which has been sanctioned by the 12 Shia authorities. Why do you have to stress like this? Because when will you Shias get it? She quotes the Oxford Encyclopedia of the Modern Islamic World to differentiate between marriage, nikah, and mutta. If I use reason with you, will you get it? And states that while nikah is for procreation, okay, mutta is just for sexual gratification. And what do they say? That no, sexuality is haram, not nice, because God wants procreation, right? Where's it? Where's the word here? Procreation. Here. And that is unnatural. But now you're using these men, for sexual gratification only. But if a child comes, the father will take care of it, pay for it. Him, her, this, that. This is, you see, out of frustration, it's like Moulin Rouge for me, the movie. I cannot, I'm not that eloquent. So, my Shias, if I explain to you that this Julie Partial has given reasons, don't, what Imam Ali say, not that see what the the person is, see what the person is saying, and when I'm showing you, and when she's also, what is she saying? When will you come out of this? Stop mut'as to save society. For the believers, you have this. But adultery, adulterers, flog, fornicators, flog. For marriages are allowed. For the man, the woman is there. What my mother example. Woman has, oh, they say woman has more power to control. Woman very good in this power control. What control? Desire control. Woman bad, bad, bad. Imam Ali has said in Sermon 80 how evil woman is. But we are told men are allowed this, and it is unhealthy for men. But for women, for wife, she have a strong, very strong woman, wife. So her husband go traveling 3 months. Shia religious scholars got up and told my father, find, do mutta. Otherwise, why can you not come to Karachi? Get unhealthy. So when you are in Singapore for 6 months away from your wife, she not coming because her children in school, not leaving Karachi. Very healthy, do mata. But your wife, can they remain 6 months, 2 years, 6 months? Control. Very powerful woman. And not even unhealthy for a woman to control her desire, her need. Very good, very good, very good. Shia. Sorry I have to speak like this. Prostitution. Oh my goodness, this is sick. According to, please don't blame now the foreigners for putting this in our minds. What not goes in our minds. Even the Qur'an put things in our minds. Terrible. And what is the reason now? Where? We asked the reason to come, it came, coffee. And we asked the reason to go back, a goddess say we, or I. And it go back. So why are you not listen to Julie Partial's reason? Why you not, according to Zeno Baran, or Baran, this kind of temporary marriage provides Shiites men with a religiously sanctioned equivalent to prostitution. Then can we not look at the reasoning they have been giving us? Please don't blame them for making me go against my religion. I see Surah Nur and I say, what is this 33? And since God has said, reason, right? In Al-Kafi, for the Shias, I know how important this intellect is. Then we have an intellect, we have a reason coming from Julie Partial, we have reason coming from Zeno, Baran, or Baran. This kind of temporary marriage, let's see the reason. And they have given the reasons why. According to Elena Andreeva's observation published in 2007, Russian travelers to Iran consider muta to be legalized profligacy, which is indistinguishable from prostitution. So they defend it, maybe a little bit different. These views are contested by others who hold that muta is or what is this? What are the Russians saying? Travelers. Muta is a temporary wedlock option in Islam for avoiding illegal sex relations among those Muslims whose marriage is legitimate. But for certain constraints, they are unable to avail it. From this point of view, muta is neither concubinage nor prostitution. Religious supporters of muta argue, they also give their reasons, that temporary marriage is different. Now we have difference of reasons here. Argue that temporary marriage is different. Now where? From wrong to right, there is white to black, there is gray also. Now which reason will I take here? I'm lost in this. In the middle, I'm like a sandwich. Maybe we will bring Robert Schuller saying that Moses was educated, Magna Carta, what is this? In Pharaoh's court. But God intervened. All his knowledge gone, worldly knowledge. Finish. What come up? Wisdom. Right? Now all the reason gone, everything. Now we need higher wisdom. Wisdom is highest. Oh God, what we do? What do we do now? So in between the right and wrong, there's somewhere that we do belong. I tried for it all. She never heard me call. Oh, Air Supply song. This could go on. Reasons used. Religious supporters of muta argue. So forget this. I take shortcut. Don't get lost in this. I give you shortcut. See this, please. Thanks to the one giving me this. Do I sound like I'm boasting? No. If even I am, what good would it do to me? Right? If you judge me like that. Did I want you to leave this religion? So I want you to take the truth. And if we give man a taste of mercy from us, and then we withdraw it from him, indeed he is despairing and ungrateful, don't tell me that God is just giving a reality of human beings. No. He's in the later ayat, next ayat, what has he called him? It continues, but if we give him a taste of favor after hardship has touched, this is the way this God is going on. He's shaitan. Baba, you cannot see? Bad times have left me. Indeed, he is exultant and boastful. Ungrateful man is. Point blank. Point full stop. Except for those who are patient and do righteous deeds. Those will have, but how can they be patient? How can sabr come? First of all, we have that Moses and green man, Khizr, Ilm Laduni, in Surah Qaf. So will you give this man knowledge, worldly knowledge, and this godly knowledge, science coming? Nothing is enough. And you see here, now I could go into all that, what to give and what not to give from Allah. But shortcut, you see this exultant, boastful, not like it is, he is blaming the people, man. But yes, very, very, very ungrateful, despairing, right? But point to be noted here is, thank God he said taste of mercy. I caught him. Right? We gave him a taste of minna rahmatan. Rahmatan. My, like Fir'aun is given. Like even Yazid, Ibn Ziyad. Muharram की कौन सी तारीख है आज अल्लामा रश्तरा भी है I just sorry कौन सी तारीख है आज so and if we give man a taste we give man a taste of from us mercy from us, you see this? Rahmatan. Then, okay, you see the rahmat of Allah is for all. Fir'aun, criminal, everyone, we were told. Rahmaniyat, right? That's why they have life. They've been given respite to heed, pay heed. Come to Allah, come to Allah. Stop your zulm, stop your zulm. But that's not what's said here. What is said here is against what we were told. It then says, then we withdraw it. We take it away. And he becomes despairing and ungrateful. Finish. It's this mistake, this thing of saying it like this, of Allah, has finished Islam. And can you not see it? So I'll be burning bridges more coming here. You can see it. As I told you about this ayat, showed you. We were told he gives respite to the criminals. Fir'aun, he gave respite. And this is rahmat for everyone. But the rahim is for very few, compassionate. Be compassionate with the believers. And this is a special thing for the believers. Rahim. But Rahmaniyat is for everyone, even for Fir'aun. And when he gives it to Fir'aun, because it's life here, it's Rahmat. I think whatever it is, what is Rahmat? Enjoyed by Fir'aun, by the enemies of Allah. But then how can he say here, if I withdraw it from him, then who's to be blamed? Oh my God, this is not Rahim, the special mercy for the believers. This is Rahman, Rahmatan. And then if you withdraw it, you're like when I was reading the Gita, I was like, oh my God, this is like my religion. In Kurukshetra. Oh, this means it was a perfect example of Rahmaniyat and Rahim. Arjun got Rahim, Shri Krishna. And this Rahmaniyat you see in Kurukshetra, the ones fighting Arjun, they had Rahmaniyat. You know, that's where Krishna gave them his army, but Krishna was not with them. That's the Rahmaniyat of Allah. And I was like, oh my God, my religion is so true. And at least this part now I understand in example. Reading the Bhagavad Gita in Dubai long time ago online. When I had come here for a short period. Right? So Baba, if you remove this Rahmaniyat, of course the people, any questions, any Muslims coming here? Any objections? Please stick to the topic, be honest, be kind, because right now I cannot take, it will be very sad for me. I'm already very sad. Right? So please, no ugliness here. Please be kind. I will be ever appreciated. If you want to know the example of Rahmaniyat in detail, you go to the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna gives his army to the ones who want to fight Arjun for land and all this, greedy people, but very educated, very like that. And he's fighting his teachers and his family members, his relatives. And he tells Krishna, I don't want to fight them. Very depressing, very depressing. Who am I to kill them? But they will kill you. But Krishna gives his soldiers, so many, to them, those adversaries who want to fight Arjun for land and all this. They are greedy, very educated, highly, God knows, to what spiritual level even. Wisdom, this, that. So to the enemy, Firon, Rahmaniyat. To Ibn Ziyad, Rahmaniyat. To Yazid, Rahmaniyat given. Right? We were told like that. So now I understood the difference between Rahman and Rahim. Or have I still been in? Can you tell me that this is Rahim? No, Zahra. Rahim means that Rahmaniyat. No, it is Rahmaniyat that he gave to. Because of his Rahmaniyat, he gave respite to Iblis even when he became Shaitan, disobeying the command and saying, I'm better than him. You created him of clay and you created me of fire. So we were told, because of his Rahmaniyat, right? So please look at this word, Rahmatan. How can he say now here in Surah Hud, ayat 9, that when I remove the Rahmatan, then we withdraw it from him, means removing it from him, from man. Indeed, he is despairing and ungrateful. And this means like cover. You see, it's ungrateful. Kafur. It's a kafir. It's a covering. Coveringly ungrateful. Like he's got a cover. He can't see anything. He's ignorant. Of course he's ignorant. Ignorantly ungrateful, it means. Not deliberately ungrateful. Mistake in the Qur'an ayats. It should not. That Allah, that all-knowing, that omniscient, that just, cannot put an ayat like this. You get my point here again on Surah Hud ayat 9. So, we go to Surah Hud, the later ayats. Where was I? Oh. What does it say here? Except whom your Lord has given mercy, and for that he created them. And you're going to blame those people, but they don't take our mercy. They didn't ask for our mercy. They don't look for our mercy. What is it? Rahima. Here it's not Rahmatan. Oh, it's special mercy. This is Rahim. This is the one given to the messengers, and this is exclusively for the believers who obey Allah and the messenger. Also, be compassionate towards them and hard against the disbelievers. So this compassion, except whom your Lord has given mercy, and for this is weird, created them, but the word of your Lord is to be fulfilled, that I will surely fill hell with jinn and men altogether. He's got some partnership. He's what? They're shaitan with shaitan. What is this going on? They can see us from where we can't see them. Shaitan and its group. So I thought of, so Muhammad, we have told you the stories of the prophets to make your heart firm. And in these accounts, truth has come to you, as well as lessons and reminders for the believers. Make your heart firm. We make firm with it your heart, fu'ad, and has firm hearts, hardened. His heart is made firm, so he can take all these disbelievers and punish them or what? And listen to, oh yes, God, you're going to put scalding, boiling water on them. Pour in the end. And say to those who do not believe, work according to your position. Indeed, we are working. And wait, and we are waiting. And to Allah belong the unseen of the heavens. Lord is unaware. And each story we relate to you from the news of the messengers is that by which we make firm your heart. To do what? Firm your heart in faith. Oh, make firm his heart in faith. Was it Isaac who went, Abraham took, or Ismail? Make firm his heart. Stories of the previous messengers, news, and by of the messengers, that for we make firm with it your heart, fu'ad, and what he saw in his heart. Are you going to dispute what he saw on the horizon? And he saw it with his heart, in his heart, right? Surah Najm ayat. So we make firm with it your heart. Well, now he has to relate the stories of these to the people. This is like a bureaucracy, mediation, okay? But could you not have told us directly and given us? Now tell me, how many of you know that Bibi Maryam, because of the Qur'an, not getting the Christians on this, sorry. Tell me now, how many of you witnessed stories you're telling us of the previous messengers? Please give us, make us witnesses, right? Like you made us witnesses. Bala, am I not your Lord? Bala, yes. Right? Bala. Oh Muhammad, you were not with them when they drew lots, and so that the guardian would be Zachariah. Oh Muhammad, we're just narrating to you. But where's the proof? Where's the proof? It's just a narration. You were not even there as a witness. And witness is very important. So please give the witness to us for us to see. Only these ayats are not enough. When the ayats are recited and the signs of the Lord they see, what happens? Surah Maryam ayat. Mary, we will give you a son. We sent a spirit from us. This all wrong. Wrong way also doing. Wrong way doing. Right? Where this now coming? Which ayat? I had enough. So, Nida, Zachariah called out, are you witnessing? Oh, Zachariah, indeed we will give you a son. Have you seen this? Witnessing as, so come, keep witnessing. Be the witness. How you be the witness? Moji Baba will tell you. Show you. He said, my Lord, and it's too late now. It's too late. And angel said, thus it will be. Angel said? Who said? He said, thus, oh, for Zachariah, but Bibi Maryam coming, spirit, what this? And have you witnessed this? Can you be a witness to this? You are her, you don't know what you are being pulled, like, that rope, that tug of war. What is going on here? Go back to the Bible, look here, start searching the Bible where you can find where Ishmael was taken for sacrifice and Muhammad was from Ishmael, descendant of Ishmael. Allah said, oh John, take the scripture and this. Then Maryam coming, please, Bibi Maryam, where is she? And peace be upon him. And mention, O Muhammad, in the book, the story of Mary when she withdrew from her family to a place toward the east. And she took, look, leave all these stories. You want God and you want a union with God? You want evidence of God, or you want to have these signs coming? Come, see these signs, if they even confirm the previous scriptures or not. Come. We do Moji Baba, things like that really. Instead of wasting my time on these ayats, and secluded herself. I worked it out. These ayats not enough to reach, to find out what true God evidence, one God. If you tell me from one energy, this whole world coming out from black hole, and even God create that black hole. How can God create? Oh yeah, He can create black holes. But we don't know how. We not even, it won't come in our mind. So this very unjust to the people. And secluded herself away, we sent our spirit. It says our spirit, it doesn't. What the Jibreel coming? It is say, not I.e. Jibreel, it is Ruh, this Ruh al-Qudus coming, the Holy Spirit, in the form of a man coming. Then he assumed. Now this energy, this Ruh al-Qudus, I say, don't tell me it is Jibreel. First we, you see, closely examine. Don't put I, don't put angel. Thanks to Rob Christian and all these people, I can talk like this, being bold. Otherwise, in awestruck and Allah, my Imam, and oh, he know everything. What is respect? What Jiddu, and thanks to Jiddu Krishnamurti, authority, being awestruck. He said, please don't be awestruck by this teacher, by me, the speaker. He doesn't call himself, teacher. He says speaker. And he bring himself that we not get awestruck. Otherwise our mind has stopped thinking. We become humble, right? Or awestruck. Awestruck is like looking up to someone. Oh, Imam coming, I go down. Or the Hindus would go down on Jiddu Krishnamurti's feet. He not allow that. How he take his people, our human beings, fellow, friends, together with them. Amazing work Jiddu Krishnamurti has done. She took in seclusion from them a screen. Okay. So she went into hijab. Who could see this? So then Ruh al-Qudus came or Ruh came. Spirit, our spirit. God's spirit has come here. Why are you? So many like these things, when I read it, I see that it is God's spirit. Please see this. It is our spirit. Uncreated or created? Who can tell? Many questions unanswered. God cannot do this to me or you, the true God. And then you are not a witness, and over there no one is a witness to this. She suddenly comes out, she's got a baby, and they ask her, oh, Maryam. Many things like this, so I'm just cutting myself. She said, indeed, I seek refuge in the most merciful from you. He said, I am only the messenger of your Lord to give you a pure... Oh. Now you see the steps also, stages. How you say be and it is? If God had to say from there, Maryam getting a child, he prepared her. He say be and it is, but he's preparing Maryam. Maryam, I've come, Ruh with my Ruh. Only his Ruh coming. And now turn into a man, perfect man, giving her good news. Bushra, what a man with good news. Ruh, the spirit, turning. Why not Allah also turning into man? Tell me. Unseen Allah, best Allah, no seeing Allah, no, you can't see me, you can't see me. Oh, Moses, even the Moses and his people, look. And what mountain? It will crumble. But his spirit turned into a man. So don't tell me, very subtle energy, Zara, and we can't, it cannot change to man, like electricity or that field of electromagnetic field cannot turn into man. And that's how we explain philosophically, logically, that Allah not turn into man, not come into man, not come as a man. Into man what? Not turn as a man. Right? My English terrible. Deteriorating. Thank you for bearing with me, all of you. Very educated, maybe coming from foreign worlds, educated there. So now what's happening here? So don't give me that. Otherwise I will give you this. How Ruh of Allah turning into man? Huh? Of course, there is a subtlest energy can turn and take the form of a man. Where will you? American Muslims and learning from West. Even Shias come from Iraq. Come. Wherever you're, Pakistan, very intelligent Shias, come. London, everyone, come. Don't tell me that it is Allah is not even energy, but something we can't say what he is. Well, if you can't say what he is, why are you following a messenger like him? What he do in Surah Tahrim? Mary exclaimed, I surely take refuge from you, the most compassionate Lord. You know, I've never been angry. Oh, sorry, I just cut myself. Like before, never been angry at His Highness Aga Khan. But this time I despair. But I don't want to share, or should I? Let me see if I connect with the Hazir Imam. Deluded dude. Really. And what Hazir Imam say recently, because I have to follow Dr. Khalil Andani on Twitter. Why? because I have to see, I need to see what the Ismailis are saying, and maybe then I can leave my smoking for His Highness Al Khan to become an Ismaili, right? Now, as the Ismaili Imam Shah Karim al Hussaini Agha Khan IV has explained, shared, capturing Christ at Dr. Jawad T. Hashmi. The interesting thing is that in the Quran, for example, a lot of the things, this is His Highness has explained. Fourth, Shah Hussain, Prince Karim al Hussaini. The interesting thing is that in the Quran, for example, a lot of the things which I would refer to as punishment are punishment as deterrent. The punishment itself is not the issue at stake. No, Imam. The punishment itself is not the issue at the stake. No, we are at the stakes now. The witches are at stake, I tell you. The question is, you have got to stop certain things. So the flogging is not at stake. The cutting of hands is not at stake for theft, right? Oh my goodness. At stake, what did it mean? You know, our Hazir Imam, very Harvard University, wisdom, everything. What can I say? The question is, you have got to, and British citizen. The question is, you have got to stop certain things from happening for the good of society. Now, if that's the starting point is that, then I would say a lot of things do not have to be done, which may be being done today in the Muslim world. That is my position. Because I will start from the Quran, and he started from the Quran. I will not start from an interpretation made 5 or 6 generations after the life of the Prophet. If we're talking about fundamentalism, let's start at the revelation of Islam. Now, Hazir Imam not tell us that this Sunni Quran, like the 12 Shia, this not, right? But where is that? It is with him. The real Quran, the true Quran is in his heart. But I invite Hazir Imam to come and refute me here. Right? Now, this means that if we go to that punishment in Surah Nur, flogging, it was deterrent, and what the Quran said, now that Hazir Imam not explain. What does this really mean? For example, a lot of the things which I would refer to as punishment are punishment as deterrent. So even at that time, the flogging was right. Then Imam is saying, if it's in this Quran, cutting hands of thieves. Where is that ayat? Sorry, this means forget the interpretation. Look at the original. Is this and where is the original Quran? It's in your heart, Imam. So it's Surah Maida 38. So are you going to say this is right, or is this wrong, or is this a Quran's interpretation that the ayat has come like an interpretation, and you have the true Quran with you, right? So please tell us. Be specific. Surah Maida ayat 30. What is it? I keep forgetting. Sorry, I've become very senile. No, 38, yes. Not that scenario. Now, is this an interpretation or is this the same ayat of Surah Maida ayat 38 which is in Imam's heart? The question, the issue is not at stake. The punishment issue is not at stake. I have to take Imam saying, given to us by Dr. Khalil Andani on Twitter, and dissect it now. The thief, the male and female, amputate their hands in recompense for what they earned as a deterrent from Allah, right? So that's what he says. But now he doesn't do that anymore. So can Hazir Imam, who is the sole interpreter of this Quran ayat, all the ayats in the Quran, the whole Quran, tell us? I tried my best. Right? Connection with Imam. Now the live chat is off because I'm reading a screenshot I've taken of what Hazir Imam the fourth, Shah Karim al Husseini the fourth has explained about this, the Ismaili Imam. Not about this ayat, but I just come to this ayat because these punishments as deterrent, but how come now the Imam is so lenient that he doesn't call for such punishments? Because I gathered that maybe God is, Imam is saying, Ismaili Imam is saying, I gathered from this in conclusion that at that time these punishments were good for society. Certain things. The question is, you have got to stop certain things from happening for the good of society. Now, if that's the starting point, like this Quran, and this reason is the starting point, what is the punishment here? Now, if that's the starting point that Shah Karim al Husseini has given Ismaili Imam, then I would say a lot of things do not have to be done, which may be being done today in the Muslim world. That is my position. Sometimes very hard to understand Hazir Imam, what he's trying to say. Let me see. But I think I confirmed that Hazir Imam is actually saying that at that time, if I take this Quran ayat and go to Hazir Imam, what, does it mean that at this time it was okay, but now it's not okay? That is Imam saying this? That punishments at that time was okay? Because is this interpretation even right, or we take this literally? What happened at that time? That also not clarified, right? So we have to just, excuse me. So now, that a lot of things the Muslims are doing now is very confusing for me. That is my position because I would start from the Quran. Oh Imam, where is Ismaili Imam? With respect to him, where is that ayat? So about this, what is in your heart? This ayat. What is the true ayat? I will not start from an interpretation made 5 or 6 generations. So don't look at the interpretations of the religious scholars or the Quran experts. But Imam does agree that some punishments were brought about to deter these criminals and for the good of society, right? So there's no consistency. Or maybe we can take it as that before, at that time in the tribal uh, time, it was a tribal time, and adultery, fornication should have been what? Punishable by flogging at that time. Because these backward people, the Paltiers, it was rampant. So flogging is in at that time, for that time, but not for this time. Even though population has increased, yeah, but this time at least the Shias can do mutta and the Sunnis can do, well, not to take the interpretations. We need to run to our Hazir Imam, the Ismaili Imam, to find out the interpretation of this. Amputate their hands. Has this come truly to us? Cut off their hands. Oh, but now Hazir Imam doesn't do that. So I got confused and I'm not explained properly. I not to know what's happening. What Hazir Imam means. So sorry I had to bring His Highness because I was a truth seeker and I wanted to know now there was something between 12 Shias and a great schism, Ismailis. And I really like this Hazir Imam. Respect him to no end, yeah? Uh, even though our 12 Shias don't take him as a true Imam. Of course not. Because they don't go with Imam Jafar Sadiq's eldest son, Ismail, where the Imams, Ismaili Imams come from. The 12 Shias take it from Imam Musa Kazim, the second younger son of Imam Jafar Sadiq. So we have a great schism, and we need a true Imam. We need to know it's the true Imam. So I leave my Shia 12 and I go searching and reading and all this. And I joined Dr. Khalil Andani on Twitter. But I not comment about this, okay? Because this has confused and not know what to do. So I bring it out here. Cut off hands. Now, don't you think I would wish that I would request Hazir Imam to bring the true, to reveal, to give us the true Qur'an. But that's not happening. I request, appeal, request, but it's not coming. And I tell you, long before, when I was trying to see which true Imam, I was praying. So I find a YouTube video of Imam, and when he's in an interview, I can't find. Sorry. So I thought what he told the interview that I don't have, like, do you have solution for this problem of, let's say, in the world, like people suffering, all this, and maybe like how the interviewer asked, I not know, but the answer of the Ismaili Imam just made me heart, like it fell or something. I don't know what happened. I was shocked that I don't have solutions for all the problems. Oh, I see. But then, like, how this? Huh? As for the thief, the male and the female cut their hands in recompense for what they earned. What will Hazrat Imam say? As a deterrent from Allah. Now, he did say some of the punishments deterrent, good for society. So, this means at that time, what the Quran ayat has come to us Now, I don't have that Quran ayat, which is Surah Maida 38. This Quran ayat, I not read from Imam's heart. So, what I gathered from his saying recently is Farman, his explanation about punishment deterring good for society. That then, if you come to the Quran ayat like flogging, someone put there, then you're saying this was right at that time. If this Quran ayat came truly like what original, then this right for that time. If you take the reason also of Imam, deterrent punishments used to deter people. Oh my God, it have a great inconsistency, contradiction. And now how lenient Ismaili Imam is. And no Imam can change the law of God. Only at that time, Prophet Muhammad, Allah changed for fasting going into women during fasting. Before, not allowed, not by the pagan, it was that these believers were doing wrong, we were told. However, you may take it Sunni, Shia, or even if it's the same for both, the interpretation. You see? And when I was doing that ayat, I saw that Dr. Khalil Andani say how good our religion is to the Christians. Like we can, like that movie, the Constitution can be changed with honors. With honors movie, the quote coming, right? The beauty of the Constitution is that it can be changed. So the law was at the time that these, you see, but it's not consistent. God is changing. God can only change his eyes, but the eyes which have law, his way. Then in Surah Azab at 62, we are told God doesn't change his ways. His sunnah, that means his laws, maybe. How 12 Shias have worked it out. And that on one hand, you're saying that in our Islam, laws can be changed to facilitate our believers who were deceiving themselves. Like, for example, this Surah Baqarah ayat, I think it is in. Now you can go into your women. So it is very inconsistent during fasting nights, preceding fasting, okay? We don't fast in the night, so there's a break. But before they were not allowed to do this in 187, it is made lawful for you to go in unto your wives on the night of the fast. They are raiment for you. Now, I not know, but Ismaili, I not want to talk about that. The way, what is Ramadan? It all changed for Ismailis. Because we were told Imam can change certain things, but not the Quran, because the Baduans here in Surah Fat are blamed. And even the Christians and the Jews are blamed for changing their scriptures, holy scriptures. You cannot do that. No one has the power to do that. We were told. So, what is this? And aware that you were deceiving yourselves. It's okay, uh, because according to the Quran ayahs, God cannot change his laws for anyone. So this wrong also, Surah Baqarah 87, that the law was changed. Now you can go into your wives on the night of the fast, where you're not fasting, preceding. This very confusing. Even from Ismaili Imam not coming. Very good. Ex-Shia, ex-Muslim. Help also the Ismailis leave. But we don't want to disturb, we don't want to break, destroy. Like I would say that, you know, let there be that community, like the Jews have, like certain, that community of AKDN, the also the Ismaili community, where Imam is a philanthropist, a master, a spiritual father, master, even spiritual father, not in this Quran ayats, not in 12 Shias also. The Shias don't take their Imams as spiritual fathers because then no Imam can get married to them. Oh my God. So I find the video from Salim Lalani where Ismailism comes from. Apart from Christianity, apart from here, apart from there. And this surely not good on its own. This terrible. This like iron, military, hit, flog, this, cut hands. Okay, punishments are good to deter society, but what would you say, Imam, Hasir Imam, Ismaili Imam of these times in the beginning? Then it's not consistent. Now you are not in consistency with this, right? I mean, with this, yes, but not with this. Surah Maida 38. And the flogging, Surah Nur ayat. Wait a minute. Lashing, or what is it? Flogging of adulterers. So now, if you tell me that Zahra, this good for that time, oh, look what happened here. Imam, our Imam, Ismaili Imam, your Ismaili Imam cannot just save an Indonesian woman flogged 100 times for adultery. Oh, it's terrible. Where's the Quran ayat? Oh, I didn't put here. That's why I got this news terrible. Now, Imam kept quiet. You know, it is the duty of the Shia Imam to stop all these things. I thought even Imam Mahdi is hiding in occultation while these crimes are happening against the poor adulterer, I would say. Because what is adultery in the core sense? The woman, when I read Khalil Gibran on laws and punishment and crimes and all this, and the lawgiver, you see, you have never been taught, you are going after the effect. You are not coming to the cause and the primal cause. You're not coming to where Aristotle said, give the damned primal cause to the people. Otherwise, you will be so confused, going hither and thither for the signs of Allah, being flogged for being an adulteress, like just like that. Not right. Sometimes you need to see maybe a man do something. I tell my mother that you go now and have a boyfriend. But now it's too late. She was at least beautiful, yes, since during Singapore, my father was in Singapore. And I find out what he do, Mota and all this. I come and I say, let her have a boyfriend or something. Really? Why not? The woman and the man guilty of illegal sexual. Where's the Quran ayat? Surah Nur ayat 2. The fornicating woman and the fornicating man, flog each one of them with 100 stripes. This will really improve society from adultery. This adultery, Allah bring curse, this nikbat, this bad luck, this bad omen, bring curse on the country, the city, the family, man doing, woman fornicating, single woman. This is for fornicating women, not fornicating, not adulteresses. Flog each one of them with 100 stripes. 100 stripes. But this is not for married women. This is fornicating zina. And but that Indonesian, oh yes, now it unmarried. This is unmarried. Fornicator does not marry, but the married one, that's an adulterer. And those who look for the adulterer, strike them 80 times if they not bring four witnesses. If they are raped, God help them, the women. They will be flogged. And I don't know, I'm confused about adult. What is happening, please? Huh? Indonesian woman flogged 100 times for adultery. Adultery, it did not have 100 times for adultery, it have 100 times for fornicator. Do you even know the difference between adulterer and fornicator? The Qur'an is saying fornicator. Let me see. Oh God. Surah Nur, I go like this. This big mishap happening, unjust. They're not following even the Quran properly. Punishment for fornicator. They're giving it to an adulterer. Adulteress. My goodness. This Zainatu. Zanatu. Oh God. Azaniatu. Okay. This fornicator, it says, not adulterer. Fornicator is a single unmarried woman, girl, who sleeps with a man, whether married or single, I don't know, but like that. No pity for them, flog them. So Imam is saying for that time, what is he saying? I not know, I confused. Hazir Imam. And then in Islam, you're allowing these things, your father, spiritual father, and you're praising Islam, where some people's interpretations have been took. There's been great injustice. And by not stopping the oppressor, what Prophet Muhammad say? Oh, you know, this all coming on Imam's shoulders. Should have. Where's the 12th Imam even? Oh, Shias, today you are crying for Imam Hussein. And this Islam, maybe she innocent, but another interpretation is 100 times for adultery. They've taken the wrong interpretation of zina in that Surah Nur ayat. Wrong is happening. We have to call out and say, Indonesia, please stop this. The guardian given us. All of you, where are you? What are you defending? Human rights? You're defending your own Islam. Jesus Christ. How many interpretations of this one book, one ayat? Even this flogging. This is absolutely unacceptable in my day and age. Until I'm alive, I will speak against this. This is not the right. Stop it right now. I appeal to the Indonesian government. Oh my God, what this? This is terrible, I can't see this. So Islam has done this. No one has stood up to stop it. Different interpretations, look where it goes. Rapist, rape victim, can't go to court. She's scared in Pakistan. What this? So much injustice done. And each one enjoying their school of thought. Qur'an, I'd say. This very big injustice. This is terrible. And you're telling me lawgiver and what? Lawgiver. Khalil Gibran say what? Please come to this. I tell you. Lawgiver. Law. Where it comes? On laws. O lawgivers. Then a lawyer said, by what of our laws, master? Please, I believe in this better. And he answered, you delight in laying down laws. Yet you delight more in breaking them. This what happened. Like children playing by the ocean, who build sand towers with constancy and then destroy them with laughter. But while you build your sand towers, the ocean brings more sand to the shore. And when you destroy them, the ocean laughs with you. Verily, the ocean laughs always with the innocent. But what of those to whom life is not an ocean and man-made laws are not sand towers? On one hand, Hazir Imam, this remind me, they don't call these laws, punishments divine. I read somewhere, Ismaili. Sorry about this, I'm all over the place. But what can I do? And not even properly explaining. But to whom man-made laws, these are man-made. Because if they were God-made laws, what would happen? I don't think the true God would bring any laws like that. Right? Why would he bring laws? He would be like Buddha, not to bring laws. Tell us, the greatest crime in the world is ignorance. Your greatest enemy is your ignorance. So please, be one with God. See this life, samsara. Okay, if you want to choose temporary life. But if you want that nothingness, reaching what? What did Buddha say? Ignorance, and so you want knowledge? You go for knowledge, worldly knowledge, this knowledge. But the highest knowledge, that when your ignorance is gone, then you become godlike. What of the cripple who hates? You become omniscient, omnipotent. What of the ox who loves? Wait a minute. Now Khalil Gibran here. It's man-made. First of all, you have to see this. A Hindu was telling me, friend, that these religions man-made. But she was a friend in London, very nice friend of mine. Very, very great friend. But to whom life is a rock and the law a chisel, with which they would carve it in their own likeness. See, different people have different things. Cultural differences. What of the cripple who hates dancers? You see, now I become crippled. What I do? I shout and scream and all this here. I can't explain properly, that's why. What of the crippled who hates dancers? Maybe what of this Muhammad who hates dancers? But the Sunnis, at least he picked up the Aisha, little girl, his wife, to make her see the dance or something. Singers. In Hadith coming. Sunni Hadith, not Hadith, not Shia Hadith. What of the ox who loves his yoke and teams? Oh, this, weak, this, and insecurity coming, emotional insecurity, psychological insecurity. Then you become like that. then you look, you get the feeling, oh my God, I hate dancers. Crippled. What of the ox who loves his yoke, and teams the elk and deer of the forest stray and vagrant things? Oh, what of the old serpent who cannot shed his skin and calls all others naked and shameless? See, we start blaming each other. This all because of ignorance. And all these psychological problems coming, emotional problems coming. And of him who comes early to the wedding feast, and when overfed and tired, oh, this wedding feast, overfed and tired, goes his way saying that all feasts are violation and all feasters lawbreakers. And what shall I say of those save that they too stand in the sunlight, rahmatan of Allah, but with their backs to the sun? Ungrateful. But Khalid Gibran not say it like this, like that God said. You call him true one God creator, none like him. They see only their shadows. Shadows also very good in the Quran ayat, bowing to Allah, and their shadows are their laws. Well, if my shadow, if I was a Muslim Shia, I would say, great. My shadow, I go out, see my shadow in the Zuhr time, say, let it be. Sorry, God, I'm not going to do ghusl, what did it called? I've forgotten. Wash, what did it called? Ablution. I forgot my Shia and Islam. What? I make wudu. I make wudu and I not do wudu. I not go out. My shadow is, even the shadow not bad in Quran. It doing namaz, prostration. I mean, doing great. It's always prostrating. Very good. And what is it to acknowledge the laws, but to stoop down and trace the shadows upon the earth? What Khalil Gibran saying? Very high for me. But you who walk facing the sun, what images drawn on the earth can hold you? Huh? Is he telling the politics? You who travel with the wind, what weather vane shall direct your course? What man's law should bind you if you break your yoke, but upon no man's prison door? So go on practicing your religion. Personally, keep quiet, have fun. But when you see someone being flogged 100 times, adulterous, you're wrong. You must say something because it's saying human rights, we have to speak out. What loss shall you, our religion say, Shia Islam, what loss shall you fear if you dance, but stumble against no man's iron chains? O Hafiz, light-hearted, let me go to the tavern. Sharabi, alcoholic, drink, 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 and be merry. Umar Khayyam. And who is he that shall bring you to judgment if you tear off your garment and leave it in no man's path? Very, very good. People of Orphalese, you can muffle the drum and you can loosen the strings of lyre, but who shall command the skylark not to sing? And you're saying human beings should not sing? While the skylark is singing and you're enjoying it. Singing. With Hazrat Dawood, birds were singing, praising God. In the Bible it is. Or is it in the Qur'an? No. Hazrat Daud was dancing, singing in praise of God. I think it's in the Bible, I'm not sure. Maybe. Okay? So, long time ago, maybe I read it wrong if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that's all I have to say because I cannot go to the Bible right now and confirm it. If I'm wrong, please correct me in your minds on me. Cutting hands and this and that. Now, it's very long, I think, but I could go on really. I don't even have to like it. There's one like. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I feel that there's someone honestly coming here and listening. And you know, when you listen with your heart, what happens? The listener becomes the speaker and becomes what he's listening to. That's how you're honest, you know? If you're really concerned and you listen, you become one with the speaker, with the one showing you, with the seer. There's no distance, no educational waste, no failing, only passing. So pass it in this life. Pass. Right? Thank you so much. Thank you, Nur Haya, so much for being here. For it's really great to have you here. Really happy to see you here. And I think after I have to take a break now. Sorry, otherwise my performance gone. I'll be really, really low. It will be terrible, my performance. Pathetic. So, empowering family, thank you so much for being here. And wishing everyone a good day here. Wish you and your whole country, your people, your family a very good day. God bless you all. And if there is a God, please. I really loved the session. Take care. Oh my God, Nuria, this Nurhaya. Oh my goodness, you really loved it? You saved my life, you know. I was so sad. I feel like dying, killing myself. Oh, no, not killing myself, but like oh, this means a lot to me, Nurhaya. I'm so touched deeply. Um, I don't know how to. Thank you. Okay, you better go. I better leave you now. Wow, for 2 hours or what you have been here? 2 hours, Nurhaya, my goodness. You're as passionate as I am. But you know, I only do this. I have no other work. I mean, I skip my meals. I don't make meals. So don't do that to yourself. You can hear it later also. Don't punish yourself for this. Like I do. Thank you so much. God bless you, your family members, your country. I wish you a beautiful life, growing in beauty, union with Allah, God, Ishwar, Buddha, or the Buddha's thing, you know, whatever it is. Lots of love. May you be loved by God, embraced in His loving arms, and let the damned God give it to the people. Be with us. And we be one with God. That means we are divine. Otherwise, it all fails. It's not worth it. Okay? Wishing you a wonderful day, night, always beautiful sleep, perfect health, beauty growing in beauty. What else is there? Prosperity. Enjoy this life. Enjoy it. Make the most of it. This is a blessing. It should not be a curse. Like we are sinners coming here, down here. Fallen sinners. No, we are not. Thank you so much. Perfect health also I wish for you. All here. Thank you so much.